energy is the Hanged Man. So despite that overarching card of chariot and movement and wanting things to go quickly, the Hanged Man says you're in stall mode. Now, maybe your car has stalled, or maybe, you're waiting for a car or waiting for some car repairs, or maybe you're going to wash your car today. But something about events is slowing down. It may feel like they've come to a grinding halt, and the wait you're experiencing seems endless. But regardless of how uncomfortable something is, this sudden shift or turn in circumstance, it does have a purpose. And the purpose is for you to go within, for you to take your time with something, to turn it over, reflect, look at things differently. So there may be a change of perspective. Maybe you're changing your mind about something, or someone is trying to change your mind. This is a day where you're going to have some lessons cross your path. It's a testing period for you to get in tune with yourself. It's also a day where you're having to look at sacrifice or selflessness and, giving over your time, energy, or commitment to something that is worthy, perhaps a cause bigger than yourself. So it's a day where you may need to be very flexible or adaptable to this change in circumstance. You're having to readjust, and you've reached a crossroads, probably due to something unexpected that has occurred in your domestic or your career situation. And with the Chariot as the overarching card, remember it's about opposition and bringing two sides together. So today is a day where perhaps if you were in conflict, you have to surrender your view. You have to let go of what you want, your personal will. And it's important that you remain objective to whatever is occurring. How you see yourself, how you view the situation and the people involved. Because the more clear you can be, the more detached, or even take a spiritual approach, the more you stand to gain. It's a new perspective that's actually helping you put all the pieces of the puzzle together. If you had some questions about the past, slowing things down and taking a second look in a different way is helping you make some sense about something. And because you are looking at it differently, it means that now you can reevaluate where you're going. If you were headed nowhere fast in the Chariot, now you're taking a second look, and you know that you need to change course and change your goals for the future. And you can see that with greater clarity. So it's a day where patience, perseverance, persistence is important to achieve a goal, especially if, you're trying to be more realistic in your decisions. So this is a day to, as they say, keep calm and carry on, being tranquil despite whatever happens, whatever disappointment or setback or delay that you are encountering. You don't let that be the deciding factor. This is a day about either making sacrifice or being selfish. It's about giving or somebody taking. So there are issues here of martyrdom, savior-victim relationships, exploitation, manipulation, things that are uncertain or vague or simply implied, or you get the feeling, but it's just not out in the open. And it's a day where people may try to pull out a guilt card on you. But if you've given it your very best, put that aside. You really have to think about what you're giving up, what kind of sacrifices you're making, and why. What is the intention behind it? What are you getting out of it? And sometimes when we're going above and beyond and we think that we're helping, really there are some issues going on within us that need to be loved or accepted or understood or to fit in, that causes us to overcompensate. So you may have to look at some sacrifices that you've made that really accomplished nothing. They really served absolutely no value. And that can be a very bitter pill to swallow. And it's likely that you followed this course of action because you had some kind of self-doubt. You question yourself, your own intuition, your own instincts, and you made the choice to do what was easiest or what you felt pressured into doing, even though on some gut level you realize it's really not good for you and it's not good for your situation. So today is a day where if you haven't reconciled any kind of inner turmoil, you may start acting out of frustration. And, your resentment may crop up in your exchanges with other people. So this is a day where, if you've chosen to blind yourself, this card has a strong tie to Neptune and thus to the sign Pisces. And Pisces doesn't really want to deal with the harsh reality. It's a lot easier to live in a dream state or project what you hope things are rather than what they really are. So if this is a day where you haven't really dealt with some issues, you may find that a lot of loose ends start to crop up. And the things that you've tried to put away or ignore are going to resurface in some area or another. And it may be that inside you really want to take a different path. You really want to move in a different direction. But Neptune has this nebulous effect of creating addictive or compulsive behavior. So today is a day where you may very well fall back on some old habits, some self-defeating attitudes, behaviors, or thinking. You may even, indulge in some form of escapism, whether that's sleeping a lot or alcohol or drugs or anything that is distracting. Now, the positive for the Hangman is maybe you're working on something creative. And today is a day where perhaps you're going within, maybe you're connecting to source or you're involved in something mystical of some sort. But whatever it is, this is a day where maintaining that composure and objectivity is important.